For our recipe that we're going to make today, we're making stroganoff. And I'm going to start off by chopping up a large onion and then peeling it. This one was a little rough for wear, so I'm going to peel the first 2 layers off to get to the good parts. All of the discarded pieces are going to be set aside and then thrown into the compost for outside later, so nothing goes to waste. Now I'm going to chop these up rather fine, that way they cook evenly. I like them better this way. Now just make sure whenever you're cutting these that you watch out for your fingers. You do not want to have an accident in the kitchen, believe me, it's not fun. And no, I don't usually move this fast. I just sped up the video where you didn't have to sit there and get bored with watching me chop this up. And next up, we're going to be cooking this up in my big people cooking pot. I love this thing. I use it for a lot of dishes. Next ingredient is going to be my very expensive, not really, Member's Mark garlic. Now this came from Sam's. I buy it in bulk, that way I don't spend a whole lot of money on the same thing. And then I don't really measure a whole lot on this. It's usually a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. I like garlic, so I usually go 2 tablespoons. And I want this dish to really taste like mushrooms, so I'm going to open up a smaller can, drain the juice, and then I'm also going to add this to the people cooking pot. Just a word of note, I've never cooked people in this pot. It's just what we've always called the large pots. Next, I'm going to measure out a reasonable amount of salt and then add that to the pot, along with a little bit of black pepper. Again, that's great value, so super expensive, let me tell you what. And you're just going to cook that on medium until the onions start going a little opaque. A little see-through, for those of you who are unsure. Once the onions are cooked down a bit, we're going to go ahead and add 2 pounds of our ground turkey. I also buy these at Sam's in a double pack because it's cheaper that way. Now we're going to go ahead and dump that into our pot. Try to get it all in there. Oh, almost. And then we're going to brown it, which means we're going to cook it until it starts turning brown and it's cooked all the way through and where we can go to our next step. At this point, I like to add a little bit of Italian seasoning. Again, this is another store brand, this time Kroger. And there's no set amount on this one either. It's probably like a tablespoon, so just enough to where it starts to smell good. Making sure that's good and mixed up, and we're going to recover it and let that finish cooking covered. And you will continue to check in on this and stir it up as needed. I did not record it every single time. Now, a few minutes later, once it's all done, I'm going to reduce the heat, make sure that nothing's really burnt on the bottom, and just mix it up before I start adding my cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, and some of the heavy whipping cream. All generic brand because we do not go expensive in this household, and to me it kind of tastes the same, so that's what we're going to use. You don't have to break the bank to make something delicious for your family. And I know it may seem like I'm adding a little too much liquid to this because I will be adding a bit of water as well. But like my mom's hamburger helper, I'm going to throw the noodles in with this, and as they cook, they will soak up that water and there will not be as much liquid. So it'll work out in the end. So just trust the process and it will work out. And I don't know why I didn't just completely empty out the container in this. I ended up finishing it off. So I probably should have just did it to begin with, but I'm going to go ahead and make sure that all of that is covered, and then I'm going to put a lid on it and let it finish cooking. And for the record, that's on medium heat until the noodles will break easily if you kind of pinch it with your fingers or a fork. And don't think this dish escaped my hot appetite. I put some scorpion pepper on this and it was delicious.